Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Welcome to my tutorial for today. I hope I meet all of you well. Today we are going to be obliging another request of one of my subscribers, okay? I was asked to do this. That is the upper part, not the lower part, please. The upper part, okay? We have gotten used to this 180-degree cutting of the lower part, so the concentration now is on the upper part and the collar, okay? I hope you are seeing it. I hope you see it. All right, now already I have cut out the lower part, which is the 180-degree circle. That's what you have here. I have it for the front and the two back pieces. I just felt I should just do it because we have gotten used to this. Okay, now for the upper part, I'll be cutting the back first of all. Here I have 1 inch zipper allowance. I hope you see it here. Okay, this one is my shoulder measurement of 8 inches. This is 3 inches standard for shoulder slope, and then this is my shoulder slope. Okay, now my armhole measurement is 8 inches. My bust measurement is 45 into 4 is 11 1/4. Seam allowance of 2 inches. Waist is 40 into 4 is 10. Seam allowance of 2 inches and 1 inch for that. Okay, so now this is the one of the two back panels. This is the second one. Okay, this is the armhole, the shoulder slope. I'll be working with neck width of 3 inches, which is this point. But because I'll be adding collar at the back, I don't need to give it any neck depth. That's why it is straight. Okay, I hope you get that. Now this is the zipper allowance here. Okay, so with this now we cut the front. This is the front, one of the two overlaps. Okay, and like I usually say, make sure for your overlap you have not less than half of your waist measurement on one overlap. Okay, my waist is 40 and I have here more than 40 inches. This is 40 here, so I have excess of it. Okay, now like I said, I'm making use of neck width of 3 inches, and this is the 3 inches here. So from here I'll just make a slanting line down to this point, and that's the line you have here. Okay, so now as I've cut it, the first thing I will do will be to join both the front and the back at the shoulder first of all. Okay, when I join it, I will insert the dart. All right, but first let me do the joining. Okay, so now I've joined them at the shoulder, so we'll now get back. I've also inserted the dart at the back, but I'm yet to insert at the front. We'll come back to this neckline one more time. Okay, so this marking I have here is 5 inches from the shoulder. This is where I'll be bridging the collar. Okay, if you still remember that picture, this is where I'll be bridging the color. Maybe I'll need to show you again so that you understand. Okay, if you look at this color, you will see that it's as if it has a cut. All right, so this is where I'll be putting that cut. Okay, so that the one that goes down is this way, the one that comes up is lying like our normal color. Okay, now I will need to reduce this overlap. I will need to reduce it. Okay, and also expand my neckline a little bit. So I'll be expanding here at the neckline by 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch from this neckline, and as you come down, you increase. So I'll be using 1.5 inches. Okay. So that's the marking you have here. I hope it's not confusing. 1.5 inches. And then at this lower part, I left about 1 inch. Okay. So I'll remove these ones out. Okay, remember this is where the color is going to be cut. So I will now measure from here through the back to this other side. Okay, I will measure it and then cut our color according to the measurements I have here. Okay, so my own measurement is 48 inches and I have it cut out here. Okay, and now this is the measurement where I want to bridge the color. Let's not forget that. Okay, so I'll measure from here. This is my zipper allowance. I hope you remember, because I'll be closing some points here, say about 1 inch. I'll close it so that I'll insert zip from this 1 inch down. Okay, so I'll measure from this point round to this place. Okay, I'll mark it here. That's just to enable me get to this point where I'm going to bridge the color. I hope you get that. Something like this. I'll mark and then I'll cut it open. Okay, remember this is on fold. All right, now it's on fold and it's 2 1/4. Okay, and like I said, my own length is 48 inches. That is from one end through to the other, like this, to the other side. So I will measure here, get the measurement from this zipper allowance to this point. I will get it here to enable me cut it open. So I got 22 inches and you have 22 inches here. Okay, that's 11 inches on each side. I'll just cut. My cut is about 1.5 inches. Okay, so all I'll need to do is to turn it this way, close this place I just cut open, close the other side also, and then close the lower part of the 2 ends. Okay, so you should have something like this when you are done. Okay, the next thing will be to find the midpoint here. And then at this back, I already joined it. Okay, you can see the length of the stitch is not more than 1 inch. Okay, so you now open this one up. You make sure the midpoint intersects with this back this way. Okay, and then you sew. I hope you get that. You open it up like this, you sew it. Okay, either from the front like this or from inside. Okay, anyone that works for you. You sew it first. So I've done the first stitch. I hope you see it. I started mine from the right side, so I will need to just fold. So I'll work like this also, and then stitch it just the same way you attach your collar. Alright, having made the second stitch, you can see it is now very neat. Okay, so the next thing I will do is to ensure that this part of this collar is looking inwards. So I'll carefully fold it this way and then tack it so that this one is held down towards this side. Okay, I'm only tacking it where it will not be visible, just this upper part, because this is going to be like this and this one is going this way. Okay, so I'll just make sure I hold it firm to make sure it doesn't move. Okay, so when I do that, I'll then find the midpoint of this my front bodice to insert my dart and conclude the sewing. Okay, so this is the midpoint. Okay, this is 4.5 inches away from the midpoint. This also is 4.5 inches away from this midpoint. So I'm going to be inserting my dart at these two places. When I do that, I will then join the lower part to the corresponding upper part. That is the front lower part to this front, the back lower part to the back bodice. Alright, so I inserted the dart and then joined the two overlaps at the front. So I will now proceed to join the lower part. Alright, so having joined the lower part and the upper part together, for the other overlap we usually do, remember we don't normally put zip, okay, because this front is always open, but for this one now the front is not open. Okay, I've also joined the back too. I hope you see it. This is the opening for zip. Okay, so I will carefully now attach my zipper from this point. Remember, I closed it up with 1 inch at this upper part before we attach the collar. So from here now, I'm going to add zipper down to where the opening ended. Okay, when I do that, I will close up the two sides. Okay, so I've joined the two sides. The next thing will be to just attach the sleeve and then fold the hemline. For this hemline, I'm going to be using hemming gum to fold it. Okay, so I'll just quickly attach the sleeve and that will be all.